Good day, folks. Thank you for joining me at Tarot by Izzy. I really appreciate any views that I get here, and I appreciate people who subscribe, who share, and who like my videos. I am in the central Scotland, and I'm having a really enjoyable time doing some card readings in relation to the Johnny Depp Amber Heard ongoing defamation trial at the Fairfax County Courthouse Circuit in Virginia. So it's been really interesting. And throughout this, I've sort of woven the idea about the 6 degrees of separation, how Johnny and Amber met, how Johnny worked with other stars in other films and how their paths have crossed. And I'm really intrigued by this idea of the 6 degrees of separation. There was actually a film about 6 degrees of separation, and I think it was Kevin Bacon that was in it. So we're looking at where people's paths have crossed, and in relation to the next reading I'm going to do is the 6 degrees of separation in relation to Joseph Jason Nameka Momoa, and I apologise to Jason Momoa in advance for mispronouncing his name. I do apologise. So, before we go any further, please remember the description. This reading is for entertainment purposes only. Hope you like, subscribe and share. What we say today might not necessarily be accurate tomorrow. We're all in charge of our own destinies, and we're given skills by the universe to overcome or manage any challenges that life throws at us. So, this is from Jason Momoa's perspective. The 6 degrees of separation, as Jason and Amber Heard both co-starred in the Aquaman, I think it was the second series, and I think they've just finished another one which will be released in 2023. Is the sequel. So, I'm just reading from Wikipedia because I really don't know much. I need to get out more, but I live in central Scotland, so maybe that says it all. Jason was born August 1st, 1979. This is Wikipedia. Please bear in mind it could be subjected to change. He is an American actor and filmmaker. He made his acting debut as Jason Lone on the syndicated action drama series Baywatch Hawaii 1999 to 2001, which was followed by the portrayals of Ronon Dex on the sci-fi fiction series Stargate Atlantis 2005 to 2009, Khal Drogo in the first series of the HBO fantasy drama series Game of Thrones, that's 2011 to 2012. Declan Harp on the Discovery Channel historical drama series Frontier, 2016 to 2018, and Baba Voss on the Apple TV Plus science fiction series C, 2019 to present. Momoa was featured as the lead of the two lattermost series. Since 2016, Momoa portrays Arthur Curry / Aquaman in the DC Extended Universe DCEU, headlining the eponymous 2018 film and its 2023 sequel. And he also played Duncan Idaho in the 2020 film adaptation of the science fiction novel June. So I've probably murdered most of that, so I would go and check out Wikipedia. You probably know most of it yourselves anyway. You're more enlightened than what I am. As I say, he was born August 1st, 1979 in Honolulu, allegedly Hawaii. I got that from the AstroSeek birth sign. And his birth sign, sun sign is in Leo. I think his Chinese sign, Leo, strength, independence. Chinese sign, goat. Goat is graceful, strong, and numerology, I'd say number one, independence. So, without further ado, we're going to go with the Light Seers cards, and I've shuffled these quite a bit already, but we'll give them another shuffle in your presence. And we're going to do 7 cards as usual, the hexagram I'm using. And what we're doing is looking at the situation with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. And from Jason's point of view, I've been reading online or in the papers about uh, followers. I don't know if it's Instagram or Twitter or whatever it is, following Johnny Depp, Amber Heard unfollowing allegedly Jason, then refollowing Jason Momoa, and I don't know. You don't know. You can't keep up with everything that's going on. But as I say, this is just really looking at it from Jason's perspective. He's worked with Amber on the set of Aquaman at least twice, and this is where we get the 6 degrees of separation, which fascinates me. So, without further ado, let's see about Jason. What's happening with Jason just now? What's influencing Jason? Okay, and we'll go 1, 3, 4. Here we go. Right, so first question: what's underlying Jason? What's on his mind just now? Where's King of Cups? We've got the King of Cups here. This is someone. Ironically, I think we said that Jason was born in Hawaii. Wouldn't surprise me if he goes back to Hawaii to chill out and retreat. He's got the sign of the peace there. And we've got the ocean, we've got boats, we've got travel and connecting with his higher self. So, Jason, I think what underlies Jason is it seems to be a pretty chilled out kind of guy. Maybe wears his heart on his sleeve, one only knows. But, it's not necessarily a bad thing either, wearing your heart on your sleeve. But, it's certainly someone, he's quite diplomatic, strong, seen as a wise leader. He's emotionally intelligent and he's got a lot of love in his heart. The thing can be a bit of a prankster, maybe that's just his sense of humour. But he's certainly got emotional intelligence and a lot of love. And he's seen, probably in his work situation, he need to be very diplomatic. You might have to work with people, you don't necessarily like. But he gives the impression of being balanced and strong and stable. So this seems to be Jason just now. So how did Jason feel working with Amber Heard? Now we've got the Ace of Pentacles here. So how did Jason feel working with Amber Heard? Now Pentacles in the ordinary is usually a money card. It's usually in relation to money and growth and planning. So how did he see, in the upright, turning everything around, in the upright, we're looking at new beginnings, new ideas, tasks, success, manifesting things, creating things, growing things. But in relation to working with Amber, I think he felt he needed to create support, strong foundations in working with her. Maybe judged her as she's not necessarily looking at the bigger picture, with her actions. But I don't know, maybe. I think even at this time, during the filming, the situation with Johnny Depp was ongoing. So was it going through Jason's mind at the time of filming with Amber, his co-star, that there could be damaging revelations? It could damage the prospects of the film. Could the film lose money? Was this, and again, this is all allegedly, this is just interpretation, entertainment purposes only. Did he view Amber as possibly being the risk of a financial loss for the film because of the circumstances that's going on? We can only wonder. We can only wonder. Sure, the box office will let us know. So, you know, so how was Jason? How does he view Amber as a person herself? Well, it's the Seven of Cups. So we've had how he viewed working with Amber, what he thought was the risks working with Amber on that film and the potential of losing money. And what I'm asking is, how does he feel? What does he see? What does he think about Amber as an individual? And we have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. Now, Seven of Cups in the upright, it's like maybe he thinks that Amber sees life as having too many chances, too many opportunities, but they're not necessarily all real. They're quite illusionary. Um, it's, was Amber seeing her life as, I don't know. This is Jason viewing Amber, that Amber's looking at life, you know, through a sort of fantasy type thinking, wishful thinking, looking to move on without really examining all the options and the possible threats that are in the way. I don't know if you can use that word, obstacles or challenges that are in the way. But as I say, it was in the reverse. And I think he views Amber as someone who is blocked by indecisions, a wee bit scatty, that maybe she can get overwhelmed by her emotions, and could possibly be, making wrong choices with her life. This is Jason's view, my interpretation of the cards of Jason's view of Amber. What does Jason think of Johnny Depp? Well, we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So this is what we're asking was, what is Jason's view of Johnny in this situation currently? What is Jason thinking of Johnny? And what we have here, as I say, is the Knight of Swords in the reverse. In the upright, it would be someone who is witty and determined and saving the day and successful and going for it. But I think he's seen that Johnny's had been unfocused. His energies have been scattered. He's not really been engaging in his higher level. He might be feeling that, Johnny's feeling frustrated, that he's getting held back, and that emotionally he's been damaged by the situation, which can lead to unpredictability as well. So I think he's just watching and waiting to see how it's going to turn out for Johnny. This is in an ideal situation. Johnny would be marching forward in success, clear-minded, but I think he sees Johnny as wounded and is sort of unfocused and worried that he might be a wee bit scattered emotionally. I think he's actually quite focused in the court, but we'll wait and see how the court progresses. So how does he think how does Jason Momoa's, what does he think, how does he think Amber's reputation is going to be affected with the ongoing court situation? And here we have the Five of Wands in the reverse. Now, Five of Wands in the upright, so I'll just move that up a wee bit so you can see it a wee bit clearer. The Five of Wands in the upright is usually friendly banter, friendly conflict. You know, you can have words, but nobody's really, nobody's going to be hurt. You're not going to be scared. It's not like a sword. You know, it's, as I say, it's friend. You can almost see it there. You know, they're having a party. They're having their fallouts. They're having their fall-ins. They're having wee digs at each other, slagging each other off. But there's nothing nasty in it. But as I say, in this case, what we saw was that it was actually in the reverse, the Five of Wands. So that actually, it's the opposite of the friendly banter, you know, because it can be quite positive. You can actually sparkle for each other and learn things and be creative. And it could be like brainstorming as well, but what's in the reverse is, he says that our reputation can be seen as, she can be seen or be viewed as possibly being over competitive, prone to being argumentative, not following necessarily the rules, even in court, possibly. And this could be to her detriment. So he thinks these are the kind of things that could affect, or the public um, film studios could maybe see Amber in this light now as someone who is prone to fighting and being argumentative, overly competitive, and not necessarily abiding by the rules. So this is what he thinks just now. So what does Jason think the outcome is going to be for Amber? And I think we had this in a previous reading as well, and it is the Hierophant in the reverse. And he thinks the outcome in the upright, the Hierophant, is the wise one. It is the one who's in touch with their higher self. It is, you know, a spiritual leader. It is someone who is in service of, you know, spiritual well-being and engaging in the higher level. And I think he sees that Amber is going to be seen as, by the end of the court case, as being outdated, being rebellious, out of touch with her higher self, and has a reputation of being abusive. Abusive, can you use that word, abusive? Overextending power, and has a huge ego, and really needs to examine and get in touch with her higher self. So it looks like this is going to be the outcome in Jason's views. Currently, as I say, things can change for Amber. And what does he think the outcome will be for Johnny? And it is the Eight of Cups in the upright. And again, Cups is an emotion card. And in this case, I think Jason sees Johnny, the impact on his reputation, and it could be that Jason thinks that Johnny is going to be looking at, he's just letting go, he's releasing things. This situation is no longer going to serve him. He's getting out of where he's been stuck, he's walking away, and he's going to pursue a new lifestyle. And he's going to, you can see he's walking away towards the sun. He's coming out of the darkness and into the light. So I think he sees Johnny on this new journey at the end of this, moving towards the light again, leaving the darkness behind and all this emotion behind, and embracing a new life. So that's what Jason thinks about Johnny. So let's have a wee card for Jason, because Jason's been doing a lot of thinking. He's had a lot of opinions in this. So what life lesson can Jason learn? And this is the Spirit Animal Oracle, and I don't know if I said it was the Light Seers Tarot that we used for the reading for Jason. But I do think this is pretty much sums up Jason, doesn't it? So, okay, Jason. Jason Momoa. What do we have? Give me a card that represents Jason. Let's go for this one. Right, let's see what we've got. The Dolphin Spirit. Okay, Jason Momoa, you have the Dolphin Spirit. And that means this and that are true. Now that is interesting. This and that are true. So let's have a wee look at the Spirit Animal Oracle book to see what lessons that Jason himself is undergoing, what he is having to learn. And I think there is, I said in here about the role of the diplomat, and I think again it's the King of Cups. He is very much the diplomat just now. So in relation to Jason, like Dolphin Spirit, like her earthly manifestation, is a reminder of duality. As the dolphin is both a mammal and sea creature, so too is the dolphin spirit, both this and that. Two truths coexist, the story you tell and the other as well. The duality of life is present when we are suffering, for there is a blessing too in the helpers that appear. Within clouds are silver linings when we later reflect on what happened. And now we can see a situation that was both this and that, and a choice led to both joy and sorrow. No relationship is either all good or all bad, and people have qualities both light and shadow. Focus on the positive, for light exists along the darkness. Dolphin Spirit calls for you to come up from below and enjoy the weightless moment in the sun as you dive in and out of this, and then accepting and even enjoying the duality of life. Why not join the Dolphin Spirit in acknowledging and affirming blessings present in this moment in all areas of your life? There are aspects of this and that. Today you can celebrate this fact and recognize the complexity and beauty of the fabric of the universe. You are at a place right now where your past self is still present as you move towards the new self you're becoming. And there's remorse. So when you want to be acknowledged as right and see other ways as wrong. So I think Jason may have been going through a bit of a tough time himself, and this is saying, well, you have this and you have that. As I said earlier on, life, the universe throws challenges at us all in all different shapes and forms, and it's how we have the resilience to handle those challenges in a positive manner. So Jason, I hope you enjoyed that, and can I thank everyone else for viewing this video today. Please help me grow in my 6 degrees of separation by liking, subscribing and sharing, and I hope you have a fabulous Monday. Thank you. Bye.